Hello, how are you? This is Els coming to you from Beamer's Crafty Corner, and today we got this one. This is a round tag, round pocket thing. It's a round pocket, and it's got this little round tag, but this tag's a little different. This tag is actually a series of layered journaling cards. So, you can pull them one at a time and journal on it, and then you can put it back in. Nobody knows it's there, and then tuck it in to your pocket, right? Okay, so this one has a pretty specific, pretty long list of supplies, but we're going to do this a couple of different ways. So give me a second. I'm going to move the camera up and get out some stuff. I'm going to show you some things and then give you a supply list, and we'll get started. Be right back. All right, so what do we need for this? You're going to need scissors. You're going to need a paintbrush, an old one you don't care about. Some book pages, about half a file folder, 6 inches. You're going to want scrapbook paper. Paper, not cardstock, okay? Paper. A piece of regular 65-pound Recollections cardstock, just a scrap of it. And then you're going to want some circle dies. You want the biggest die, and then you're going to skip one and take the next one, okay? Now, I know normally when you do a round pocket, you use the next size down to make the tag, but since this one has a little thickness to it, you're not going to be able to get a thick of this in that slot. So if you skip one and you go down, you'll be able to get that extra thickness into the pocket, okay? So we're going to skip one. We're going to take the next one. Mod Podge or similar type of adhesive. You want this is definitely a project that you could use your gel medium on and some stuff like that. You want a spreadable adhesive. So you could, I don't recommend that you use art glitter glue on this one, but you could use like regular PVA and just water it down a little bit. So if you wanted to use just regular PVA glue and then move it around, that would work. Your 3-in-1 will work just fine as well, as long as you can move it around. So if you're using the Aleene's Tacky Glue, you can spread this with your fingers, so that's okay too. So 2 of these. And something to protect your work surface. Now, I have here kind of my prototype. This is the Origins. This is the first one, and it has the eyelet in it. Okay. And I was a little concerned about losing space. So I said, well, maybe not everybody has eyelets. Maybe we could use a brad. Problem with the brad is that even if you glue it down, the brad will spin. And that leads me to is it going to rip the paper? So this is an option if you don't have an eyelet and an eyelet setter, okay? So you can do this either way. I'm going to show you how to do it with the eyelet today, but you could do it either way, all right? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut some circles. So let's get our file folder and our plates. So we're going to cut 2 of the large ones and 2 of the smaller ones, okay? So I'm going to run these through and I will be right back. All right, so we have these cut out. And that is Come on. There we go. Don't get rid of that because you can, cut circles and stuff out of that. So you should have 2 of the big ones and 2 of the little ones cut out of the file folder. And then we're going to take our book pages and just want to make sure we've got, good space. We're going to cut 2 of the large ones out of the book pages. Save those. You might use them. Okay, so now we have 2 of those. And then, out of our regular cardstock, we're going to cut 4 of the smaller circle. Okay, so what I do is, I go ahead and fold this in half. I just use the edge, by the way, to make sure that I'm folding straight. It's a good trick. And then I'm going to cut 2 and 2 to get 4 of these, and I'll be right back. All right, so we got 2, 3, 4. We're done with this for the moment. Okay. Now, these 6 pieces are our tag, and these 2 pieces will become our pocket. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue or Mod Podge, or however you want to do it, these pieces on to these 2 cards. Okay, so I'm going to use some PVA today. So I'm going to put my PVA on here. And then I'm going to use my paintbrush just to make sure that I get a nice, thin, even coat, which is why we're protecting the work surface. And then I'm going to put one of these on. I'm just going to press it down. There we go. And then I'm going to do the second one, and then I'm going to set these aside and let them dry, okay? While we do some other cutting. Alright, so I'm just going to set these aside and let them dry completely. And then I'm going to take a look at these and see which one I want to use for the front and back of my tag. I think we'll use this one. So all I'm going to do is take this, and I'm just going to cut a piece that fits my second circle. And then I'm going to run this through my cutter and cut 2 of these. Alright, so now I have 2 of those, and we can put that to the side, and we're done with these. So we're going to take our 2 pieces that are cut from our file folder, and we're going to glue these 2 pieces down, okay? And that's why I don't care about this paintbrush. Again, working on my surface, and I'm using the PVA. Apparently, so is the bottle. So we're going to glue this one down. And then we'll do the second one. And then we're going to set these to the side to dry. And when we get back, we're going to bring out the big ones again, and we're going to finish doing a little work on those, okay? So I will be right back. Alright, so we're going to get out the larger of the two circles, and we're going to take one of these and we're going to put it in. Now, here's the thing. Mine is just over 3.5. So it's like 3 5/8. So if I want to cut this in half, I'd have a lot of measuring to do. So here's what I do. I just kind of eyeball where I think the pocket should be. And then I just kind of set it on there and take a look. And that's about halfway, slightly more than half. So that's going to work for me, okay? Now, if I want to put a finger nip in here because, you know, just for aesthetics, I can do that. It's not necessary because, you know, but some people like the look of it. So we'll put a little teeny finger nip in there, okay? And then at this point, we are going to ink everything. We're going to ink these 4 pieces. We're going to ink these 2 pieces. We're going to ink all the way around this. And I would ink probably just the top part of this, because you really don't need to ink the bottom of it until after it's assembled. So I would ink this whole thing and then, you know, all of those pieces. So go and ink, and we'll be right back. Alright, I inked everything. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put glue around the circular edge, as close to it as I can. And then I'm going to make this as straight as possible. And then I'm going to add a couple of clamps right on the edge. And I'm going to set this off to dry. And now we're going to move on to these. So you're going to put one of the decorated ones, you know, with the scrap of paper at the front, then your writing cards, and then the other one you're going to put reverse on the back. And then we're going to stack these up. We're going to put some kind of paper clip or clamp or something onto them to hold them in one place, because they're slippery little suckers. And we're going to poke a hole. Now here's the thing, you don't want to like poke way in here. You want to poke as close to the edge as you can without missing any. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and set an eyelet. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, so I'm going to pop my eyelet through there. And now I'm not going to squeeze this too hard. I don't want to like overly squeeze it. I do want it to go all the way through, but I still want to have a little movement here, okay? I want to be able to move these cards around. Alright. So that part is done. And then we're going to go ahead and bring in our pocket. And this should fit very comfortably inside. Just like that. I'm going to go ahead and get this mess picked up, and I'll be right back, and we'll do a little bit of decorating before we finish this up. Be right back. Alright, so we have this little cluster thing. So I'm going to go ahead and just put some glue on there. And I'm just going to put this little cluster on here. I just think that the green on the leaf picks up the green in there. So I'm going to put that on, and I'm going to say that's done. And then we're going to work on this one a little bit. And this one, I'm going to use hot glue because, well, it's bulky. So the first thing I have is this little bow. So I'm going to put the little bow on here with this one, and then I'll probably put these two little flowers like on the side. I don't know, but we're going to figure it out. So let me get my little bits box. Quite a few big bits in my little bits box right at the moment, because the beautiful Janie sent them to me. Alright, so I'm going to get a piece of this ribbon trim here. It's pink, it works, right? Okay, so we're going to do some pink. Set this over here for the moment. Let's see if that helps in any way. Works. Okay, so let's see if we got some hot glue going here yet. We do. Okay. So first, we'll put down our lace. And then we'll do our bow. Right there. Then the pink flower right there, and this little itty bitty flower, it's a little itty bitty dollop of glue, and I'm just gonna fit it in right there. Okay, that's like literally it. I'm not doing anything else. Okay, so there they are. Really have to cut that down into little bits. My little round journal booklets. Okay? Alright. There's no measurements for this. There's really no extra instructions. So, if you have any questions, just put it in the comment section, and I will be happy to answer them. You, of course, can email me or send it to my Facebook group, both of which are in the comments, the Show More section below. That's it. That's all I have for you today. Listen, if you're new here and you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. Like me, ring my bell. Share me with all your friends, and then your friends can be my friends, and my friends can be your friends, and our friends can get to be friends, and before you know it, we have a giant crafting community. Yeah, I think it needed that. little sparkle. All right. I go live on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 11, 12, and 1 across the country. 8 o'clock over in Hawaii. And I post videos on Mondays and Wednesdays. And in 2022, I have two things going on. There's links to both of them in the description box below. One is my 12 of 22 journal challenge, and the other one is a series of free classes for 2022. So, that's it. Until I see you again, stay safe. Bye-bye.